Hello and welcome to Math95 Online. My name is Eric Hutchinson. I'll be your virtual instructor for this semester. The purpose of this video is just to go through and give you some information about this class. Just highlight a couple things from the syllabus. So I encourage you to have a copy of the syllabus with you as we walk through this. I'm just going to go ahead and highlight some information off of this because there's usually a lot of questions that are asked, so hopefully this video will help mitigate some of those kind of questions. The first thing is students always ask is, where can I get a hold of you? The information is right there at the top of the syllabus. I'm on the West Charleston campus, Building H, and I'm in 101C. So over the summer, I have office hours by appointment, so all you have to do is send me an email message to set up something. During the regular semesters, I do have posted office hours, and you can just come in and see me, or I also do office hours by appointment during the regular semesters as well. The best way to get a hold of me is send me an email message, eric.hutchinson@csn.edu. You can send me a message through Canvas, but I usually check my other email more often, my csn.edu email, so you please go ahead and utilize that if you have any kind of questions. I'm usually not in my office, so the best thing to do is just send me an email. I try to respond to all emails within 24 hours, but a lot of times it's a lot sooner than that because I check it constantly through most of the day. Okay, so next thing I want to talk about on here is the website. Now my website is going to be a place that you can go to get information. You can print a copy of the syllabus on there. So it's going to have information such as tutoring hours, information about me. It'll also have the places that you go to log into ALEX and also to Canvas as well. So please go there, and there's a lot of useful information on that particular website. Course description, course goals, and prerequisites, you can read that. It basically just says what kind of things we're going to be covering in this class, algebra and things like that. So what I want to jump down to is a place where it talks about the required materials for this course. You're going to need two things for this course. First thing is a calculator. And a calculator, I have a TI-30X multi-view is one that I recommend, but basically any kind of scientific calculator will do. Just want to make sure your calculator has some exponent buttons on it. And as far as taking tests, we take tests in the testing center here for online, so you want to make sure you have a regular calculator and not one that's on a phone or a tablet. You want to make sure you use a standalone calculator. And you can use that calculator on the tests, on the midterm and the final, and you can also use it, of course, at home. You can use anything, but want to make sure you have a standalone calculator for tests. So the other thing that you'll need to purchase is an access code for a program that we're going to be using online called ALEX. What ALEX is, it's an adaptive homework system. And so by getting a student access code, that allows you to have access to an ebook. Now if you go to the bookstore, they're also going to have a loose leaf textbook along with it. Now that's not required. The only thing that's really required is going to be the ALEX access code. The only time you want to get that loose leaf is if you prefer to look at a regular textbook, not online, but you prefer to look at kind of have something physical to look at, then I recommend getting that. Otherwise, the only thing that's required is the ALEX access code. So what is ALEX? ALEX is basically an adaptive program. So what will happen is you're going to register, and I'll talk about registration here in a minute, but you're going to log on to that, and then the first thing it'll give you is a tutorial to show you where everything all is in there. And then after that's done, you're going to be taking what's called an initial assessment. It's going to be a 30-question test, and what this is it's going to be a test that basically assesses what information you already know. So when you take this test, there's going to be some problems in there you're not going to know how to do. That's okay. If you don't know how to do it, you can just simply say, I don't know. If you want to guess that, that's fine as well. But if you don't know it, don't worry about it, because it's probably some information we haven't learned yet. It's just trying to see what information you already know already. You want to when you take this test, you want to make sure you take it all in one sitting. Make sure you don't have any distractions. Make sure you allow yourself about an hour and a half or so to do that. Now once you're done with that, what it's going to do is it's going to create a whole entire curriculum for you. So it's going to give you a customized set of homework problems for every single section that we're going to be doing throughout the entire course. And it's going to display that to you in like a pie chart. So you'll see a pie chart, and it gives you different wedges, and it tells you what information you already know and what information you need to still learn yet. The better you do on that initial assessment, the less homework essentially you're going to end up doing. So you want to try and do the best that you can on that based on the information that you already know. Okay, so Every week there's going to be what's called an ALEKS objective. That's the homework that you're going to be doing. So an objective is always going to be due in this class. It's due mostly on Sunday nights at 11:59 p.m. Except for the very last week where we have finals. That week the homework is going to be due on that Friday of finals week. And so every week there'll be assignments that are due. There's no makeups and there's no extensions, so you want to make sure you get these problems done by the deadline. Now as you go through ALEKS, it'll say continue on my path. You'll see it on the left hand side of the page. That'll tell you what problems you're going to be working on next. It'll tell you also what objective that you're working in. You're going to keep working through that until you get a banner that shows up that says you've completed objective 1 or whatever one that you're working in. So it will tell you automatically when you're done with that particular homework assignment. And so until then, just keep working through it. Now if you don't finish the objective by the due date, what happens is your grade is going to be what percentage of that objective that you actually got complete. So if you only finish like 60% of it, that's the grade you'll get in the grade book is 60%. ALEKS also will keep track of the grades, so when we do the midterm and the final exam, even though those are done offline, I will be going ahead and putting those in to the computer system for you. The next thing I'll talk about is the registration, how you register for ALEKS. That's always a question I get asked all the time. So first of all, you need to purchase an access code. Now, if you're taking an 8-week course, you only need to purchase 11 weeks of access for ALEKS 360, and you'll see the ISBN number is listed in the syllabus. If it's a regular length semester, then you'll take 18 weeks of access of ALEKS 360. Okay, so make sure you purchase the correct one depending on how long the class is. Now, to purchase that, just follow the login instructions. Don't go searching around on ALEKS.com. You're not going to find it. Follow these instructions. Okay, first thing I always get asked, what is the class code? The class code is listed at the top of the page. It's also listed in step number 2. So step 2, it's listed there for you. That's what you're going to put in for the class code. And when you put that in, you're going to see my information pop up. And it's going to tell you what term and my name should appear there and everything else. So once you get done with that, okay, then it's going to ask you for a student access code. The access code is the one that you're going to purchase either from the bookstore, or at this point in the registration process you can purchase one directly through ALEKS, and it'll present you with the correct materials to purchase for this particular course. Okay, so once you enter that in, then you can basically you're done at that point and you'll get access to the course. Now, if you're waiting for financials to come through, there is a student financial access code that allows you to get 2 weeks free access in ALEKS. So you can start working on your homework immediately. So you should have already received an email from that. So that code is what you can put in here. You'll get 2 weeks free access. After 2 weeks, then you will have to purchase a code in order to continue on with the class. But at least you can start working right away while you're waiting for financials to come through. So there shouldn't be any excuses for not completing homework due to that, because everybody now has this access, this 2 weeks free access. Okay, so that's the main thing about registration. Just again, follow the instructions. Everything that you need is all listed there at the end of the syllabus. Okay, so in here I do have, there's going to be a schedule that's listed. It tells you when everything is all due, when the objectives are due. It also has the exam dates that are in it. So ALEKS is the major part of this class. It's 25% of your grade. That's going to be homework. The other things in this class, there's a midterm that's worth 35%, and there's a final exam that's worth 40%. These are 2 exams that must be taken in person in the testing center. So you will have to come to campus at least twice, 2 times this semester in order to take those tests. Now you can take it at any of the 3 main CSN campuses. If you're not going to be here during the week of the exam, then please email me, because it's possible you might be able to take it at another college or university using their testing center, but they must be taken in person, and so you have to show an ID, a picture ID, when you come in. Each exam is open for 4 days. Everything is listed in the syllabus according to what dates they're going to be open. You can take it only on those 4 days. The testing center is open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 7:30 p.m., Friday from 8 to 5. You have to take it during that 4-day window, and make sure you also get to the testing center in time so that you'll have the full 2 hours. So you want to get there at least 2 hours before they close, because once they close, anybody who's taking a test, they're going to stop you at that point. So I do allow 2 hours for each test, to make sure you allow enough time. Don't wait till the very last day, last minute, because if everything is all full in that time and you can't take the test because it's full and you missed the deadline, then you're going to get a 0. There's no extensions and there's no makeups for the midterm and the final exam. There's also no extensions or makeups for homework in ALEKS. There's no extra credit in this class, so basically your grades are just going to be coming from the midterm, the final exam, and your ALEKS objectives. So you can see the grading scale that's on there. I do grade with a plus or minus scale, so you can see all the different cutoffs that are in there. And the very last thing is just talking about some different student services that are provided, DRC and retention services, and also the tutoring center. The tutoring center offers free walk-in tutoring on all 3 of the main campuses. You can get unlimited help. And then the hours you can find by going to my website that I told you about in the beginning of the video, and you can click on the tutoring button, and I'll give you all the information as far as the times and locations of the different labs. Depending on what semester it is, they have different hours. So with that, that's all the information that I may wanted to talk about on here. So if you have any other kind of questions, please feel free to send me an email and I'll get back to you on that. But I just wanted to touch on some of the main things for this course. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy this course.